Yo, okay, I thought in addition to the UI tutorial that I just recorded, maybe a brief gameplay of a one-on-one versus a semi-smart AI component might help things out a little bit. So here, let me launch this game. I don't like this faction too much, but it's a good beginner faction, so I thought I would continue with it. So first thing I'm going to do here is build a factory, and you'll notice I actually queued that up as my commander was warping in, so there's no dead time. So as this factory is building, even though it's work in progress, I'm actually going to queue a few things up so it'll just hit the ground running here. We'll start with 3 engineers, same little scouting raiding party I talked about, a few more. Let's set up another raid party, couple more, and then we'll start getting some tanks out for basic defense, anti-air, a few more tanks. And then here, I'm going to queue him up to go build these mass extractors. After those are done, I'm going to get the next 2. Let's get this right in between them. And then probably some power on top of my factory. I'm making it directly adjacent, by the way, because that gives my factory a little bit of a power discount when building units if it's got adjacency on the power. Okay. So this guy here, I want him to, actually I was going to say expand, but I actually want him to help his buddy down here build this hydro. So what I did was gave him a move order and said, hey, when you get to here, then go help your buddy, which is going to translate to build the hydro. This guy, I want to start reclaiming. I didn't talk about that, but reclaim is a really good way to supplement your mass and power early on. These trees here give you a little bit of mass and a little bit of power. And you can see this is no good. I'm already power stalling. We'll get out of it though. So I'm going to send my buddies up here while I'm sorting out my economy struggles to hopefully raid on some of these starting mexes that my opponent over here that I cannot see, but be sure he's trying to fuck me up too. So I'm going to try to counter his fuck me up. This guy here, I'm going to tell him to expand, expand, expand. These guys, blessed be, are almost done. I'm actually going to pause my factory real quick, save on some of the power while this hydrocarbon finishes up. And you can see I'm just relying on reclaim here to keep my, there we go, it's up. So now that that's up, now that I've got a little power to spare, I'm going to build a radar. I pressed the E key for that, but if you come all the way over to the right, you can see the radar here. So let's get that up. I hear some blapping going on. I'm going to send this guy on reclaim. There we go. There's the raiding engine. And he will die. Let's come over here briefly. We've got another raiding party. Oh, and in fact, we can see this guy here. Okay, so we didn't talk about this, but I want to upgrade my mass extractor because when I do that, it's an expensive upgrade, but it will give me 6 instead of 2 mass per second. The commander, we also didn't talk about this, is a stellar fighting unit, at least in the beginning part of the game. So I'm going to send him up to build this, and hopefully he will intercept some enemy units along the way. I did find some more Engies. I'm going to take a second to blap them if I can. And in fact, my raiding party, I'm guessing some of these units are going to be offensive. So my time with this raiding party may be at a close. I have my first mainline tank built. And an idle Engie, never any good. So let's, what do I want to do with you? Let's queue up a little bit more power. And bad me, I only have 1 factory. So after I build this mass extractor, I'm going to use my commander to build a couple factories up here. Send my main tank to harass that mechs. These guys can move up a little. That new tank off the production line can do the same. Hey, my T2 mechs is done. Let's upgrade the next one. So it's kind of just a constant tug of war between upgrading your economy, then upgrading, let's go with this guy real quick, then making units, upgrade economy, make more and better units. Yeah, you can see just 1 mech marine doesn't. take care of them fast, but it does take care of them. So this harassment will mean that hopefully my economy is going to scale a lot better than my opponent's, because I am not getting harassed, he is getting harassed. Let's detour and kill that guy, then go back to killing this, send that tank up to support. I want an anti-air there, and an anti-air there. These little guys with the U icon here, they're anti-air, as opposed to the tanks which have a plus sign. Another tank here, and in fact, I don't like all of my units just coming out and parking at the factory. I'm going to set up a rally order. So with my factory selected, I'm just going to right click somewhere, and now any units that produces are going to go there. These factories are idle, that's no good. Let's set up some stuff and take my comm and help upgrade that mass point. Uh-oh. Little bastard. So what he did here was he dropped an engineer who's trying to reclaim my factory. So let's take these guys, put that here, save one tank for base defense. Pretty paltry, but oh, looks like one of my guys died. I probably shouldn't be upgrading 2 mexes at once. I'm going to pause these guys. Tab key, by the way, pauses. There we go. Now you can see my mass bar is no longer severely negative. Let's take that guy out. Oh, and now I'm getting attacked. So I'm going to pull my guys back, reinforce from the back line. Mass bar is positive again, so let's resume that. I need to take my commander, build some power because I'm pretty low, and pretty soon things are stabilizing, so I'm going to want to get to Tech 2 land units. And by the way, at some point, oh shit. At some point I probably should have built a factory. Build some mech marines to get them off the line real quick. In fact, I may even pull my commander back for this. However, definitely want to keep up the offensive. Oh, that's the enemy comm. All of my tanks lose to that, so we're going to pull back and retreat. In fact, I'm going to just set up a cheeky little point defense here so this doesn't happen again. Same wall trick that we talked about. Always want to build the point defense first, however. Come on, Commander Son. That idle NG, I'm going to send him on a reclaim order so that he's doing something productive. Send out our little expeditionary force again. And you can see that point defense getting to work. Commander here, I want him to have better capabilities. I'm going to come down here to the enhancement section, and I want him to be able to build T2 stuff. And you can see also I'm overflowing mass. That is never good because it just gets wasted. Wasted mass does no one any good. Send these guys up. Send these guys over. I don't like that this isn't capped. And I'm okay with that factory building all those units. I think actually after I get to... Oh, that's actually sucking up a lot of power. Let's pause these. Let's pause that actually. So I do not want to overflow mass. I hate wasted mass. Send these guys up to defend. What are you? Oh, hey, the enemy commander is not in his base. Let's see if we can harass. No, I'm actually going to recall these guys. Resume that T2 upgrade. What are you? Oh, you're cloaked. Send that engineer to help the commander. I want to build up another factory. I really should be making air. Yeah, by the way, the tanks here, lovely for killing units. Less good for killing buildings. So here, I'm going to have these tanks screen a little bit. double click to select all of my artillery. Let's kill his production line, radar, power. I'm shift right clicking a bunch of stuff, by the way. Nice. I'm getting one of my mexes reclaimed, always embarrassing. Let's send that to an upgrade and send these edgies to assist it. So I've lost a mass extractor up here. He's lost his base. This is superb. So now I should probably get my mind on actually killing the commander. I'm going to stockpile a few units first. In fact, I don't like that these guys are no longer producing. Yeah, by the way, about 20 Tech 1 tanks is what's required to kill a unupgraded commander. And I'm pretty sure the AI is too stupid to upgrade their commander. So that's what he should be at. Ah, I'm at T2 now. That's good. Let's send Mr. Commander-san to support our units. I want these guys to rebuild the mechs that I lost here, and in fact even upgrade it to T2. I'll have you passively upgrade. It takes a minute and a half if you don't assist it, but it's better than nothing. Looks like the enemy commander is trying to wallop me units just a little. Why do you still have engineers? Have a factory somewhere. See, this is why I need air production. Oh. Kill that. Oh, you've got a naval factory. I'm getting bombarded from the sea even though I can't see the unit. I kind of don't care because his comms getting surrounded and will soon perish. You know what? Let's take a hot second to kill that off.
Your tenacity is admirable, but the outcome of this battle was determined long ago.
The AI is being cheeky. Alright, yeah, now these two vessels have shown up within my radar range, so now I can see them as unknown blips on the radar. These half moons mean that they're naval units. Yeah, by the way, when I got the Tech 2 upgrade on my commander, it added a few thousand hit points to it. So you'll notice my commander is up at 14,000 hit points. His commander has a max HP of 11,000 and is actually down to 6,000 because of these units harassing him. So my commander should straight up win in a duel, so I'm just going to be a good guy and end the game. Converge all of my units on the comm, who's going to try and clean up my units here. Oh, he's trying to retreat. Chase him down, boys. My Tech 2 upgrade is done. Gonna make like 2 Tech 2 engineering units so that I can, you know, make Tech 2 structures, and then I'm gonna go straight onto mainline Tech 2 battle tanks. Okay. So let's get that going. You can see I'm overflowing mass. This is no good. It's a consequence of me trying to talk and play at the same time. Much harder, it turns out. Let's upgrade you. Yeah, when you see resources getting wasted, you should be thinking, okay, how can I spend this immediately? So I'm going to get to work on a Tech 2 power generator. The power generation scales like logarithmically, by the way. A Tech 1 power generator makes 20 power. A Tech 2 makes 500 power. A Tech 3 makes 2,500 power. And where the fuck is my commander? Go. Be there. So basically, as soon as this guy is done, all of my Tech 1 power becomes redundant. So we are going to put a bunch of build power on that. The more engineers you have working on something, the faster it gets built, and the more resources get consumed. I should probably pause a factory or two so that I'm not quite so power negative. There we go. We can survive minus 20, minus 50 power for some time. And here, I'm just going to try and get my commander in range of his. Chase him down. And he's down to 5,000. My commander's at 1,400. Both commanders have equal damage per second, so mine just wins. If I walk him down, you can see I'm firing at him. He's firing at my units. He is not long for this world. As long as I keep walking him down. They have the same move speed, by the way. Send these up to intercept just in case something stupid happens. Tech 2 power's halfway done. Mainline units are running out, but they are redundant at this point. And we have reinforcements.
Commander under attack.
Now, one thing he could do is try and walk to the water. If you're in danger and you're very close to the shore, enemy land units can't hit you underwater, and your commander is totally allowed to go underwater. No damage, nothing wrong with that. It leaves them susceptible to Navy, and it leaves them susceptible to Tech 2 torpedo bombers if the enemy has invested in Tech 2 air, which I have not. So he would be safe for the time being if he went there. AI, however, not that smart, so he's not going to save his ass. In fact, I'm just going to trail him. Commander will auto-target on him, and he will be dead in about, I don't know, 12 seconds. Again, it's 100 DPS, he's got 800, 700 hit points left. You can see the commanders do regen a little bit. It's maybe like 10, 12 health a second, but he is gone. And you can see when the commander dies, nuclear hellfire. And the game is done. So, not the most stellar performance on my end. I can see, okay, he invested in Navy. With these little Tech 1 units, Tech 1 frigates, they don't have the best range. They can pick off some of these periphery mexes really close to the shore, probably take out my Hydro, which would have been annoying. Actually not, because my Tech 2 power generator is up. But once you get up to Tech 2, the destroyers and the cruisers, they're able to target way inland, so that would have been hugely dangerous if I had allowed him to get to Tech 2. I just wanted to wrap this up in 10 or 15 minutes, so I didn't go there. I also should have made at least one air factory for the purpose of scouting and producing some interceptors just in case he tried to do some like cheeky bomber play, or the transport that dropped some units on my base and killed a few structures. Interceptors would have been great to take that out if I had seen it coming, but I didn't because I was distracted. But yeah, that's the general flow of the game. Start off, build your first factory, get your economy up, scale it all the time while you're making units. Usually you want a few factories. I have 4 here. I would argue that is not enough. Maybe 5 or 6 would have been ideal, and then, get one up to Tech 2, make these better units. You can see this Tech 2 tank has 1500 hit points, whereas my little Tech 1 guys have 300, so just like the power, they are exponentially better and exponentially more expensive. But yeah, that's a game in a nutshell. Cheers, man.